In history, some weapons were so ridiculous, they sound completely and utterly fake. A flamethrower that burned on water. Dogs turned into anti-tank bombs. A rifle that literally fired around corners. And somehow, it actually happened. These insane weapons were real. First, Greek fire. The Byzantine Empire created a weapon so terrifying that enemies thought it was supernatural. It exploded into massive flames that continued burning even on water. Enemy ships had nowhere to escape, and jumping into the sea only made things worse. Even today, nobody knows the exact formula, which honestly makes the entire thing feel even more terrifying. Then came the bizarre Puckle Gun, a bizarre rotating weapon built in 1718. It looked less like a real gun, and more like something from steampunk science fiction. But somehow, this strange machine was attempting to become a machine gun. Over a century before machine guns even existed, the design was incredibly advanced. The problem? It barely worked without jamming itself to death. But then humanity somehow created something even more absurd. Now introducing the Krummlauf. This was getting ridiculous. A World War II rifle attachment with a curved barrel. Yes, a literally curved barrel. The idea was simple. Shoot enemies around corners without exposing yourself. Which, honestly, sounds completely impossible. Because bullets are not designed to turn corners. The weapon wore itself out almost immediately. Sometimes bullets shattered inside the barrel. And somehow, it still worked. And then, things became even darker, much darker. During World War II, the Soviet Union trained dogs carrying explosives to run beneath enemy tanks. And horrifyingly enough, sometimes the strategy actually worked. But there was one massive flaw. The dogs had trained using Soviet tanks. So during real battles, many became confused and ran back toward their own side, which created complete chaos on the battlefield. And somehow, humanity still wasn't done creating insane weapons. Because engineers once attempted to build a flying aircraft carrier, massive airships capable of launching fighter planes directly in the sky. It looked like pure science fiction, absolutely unbelievable. And unbelievably, it almost worked, until giant airships started exploding out of the sky. Then came the Tsar Tank, possibly the most ridiculous tank ever created. This giant machine had wheels over 30 feet tall. It looked less like a military vehicle, and more like something built by a mad engineer during a fever dream. The idea was that the enormous wheels could crush obstacles with ease. Instead, the tank immediately got stuck in mud. And finally, the strangest weapon of them all. This one is pure nightmare fuel. Behold, the infamous bat bombs, a plan so crazy it actually exists. Tiny explosives attached to live bats during World War II. Think about that for a second. The plan was completely and utterly insane, even for war standards. Release thousands of bats over enemy cities, let them hide inside buildings, then ignite fires everywhere at once. And unbelievably, the test worked so well. They accidentally burned down part of an American military base. History wasn't just violent, it was weird. Sometimes it was completely absurd. Subscribe now if you are dumb but curious.